Good morning from EPCOT. We are here to pick the top 5 things you should do when you come to visit the Flower and Garden Festival. Hi-ho everybody, this is Rob with Ear Scouts and we are here at the very first day of the EPCOT Flower and Garden Festival. We're going to be doing everything today. We're going to check out the beautiful topiaries and gardens. We're going to be trying some of the new festival food. We're going to do the garden graze. And at the end of this video, we're going to tell you what are the top 5 things you should do when you come to visit the Flower and Garden Festival. We got a lot to do, so let's go do it. For sure, the first thing we need to do is check out all the amazing topiaries and gardens. There's actually a handy little guide in the festival passport so you can check them off as you go. Luckily for us, future me has actually already filmed them all and we're going to check them all out right now through the magic of editing. One thing you for sure need to do when you're here at the Flower and Garden Festival is take time to smell the roses. Well, all the flowers actually. Right as you're about to come across that main bridge going into World Showcase, you're going to find Blossoms of Fragrance, which is a section dedicated to stopping and smelling the flowers. There's lots of different scent profiles on display here, from floral to woodsy to citrusy, so whatever you're in the mood for, this is the perfect place to stop and smell the roses. Of course, a big part of any EPCOT festival is food and drinks, and this festival is no exception. What I love about Flower and Garden is it tends to be healthier options than you find at some of the other festivals. Lots of fresh flavors and plant-based options. First on our food list is the Garden Graze. If you've never done Garden Graze, it's basically like the cookie stroll during Festival of the Holidays or the wonderful walk of colorful cuisine at Festival of the Arts. There are select booths throughout the festival that have Garden Graze items. You bring your festival passport, you get it stamped when you get the item, and at the end of the day, you get a special treat if you try all the items around the park. Our first stop on the Garden Graze is actually right over here near Figment, so let's go check it out. And here we are at Flavorful Kitchen to try some corn on the cob. You know it's freshly grilled because you can actually see them out here grilling it right by the booth. Time for our first treat of the day on the Garden Graze. It's the corn on the cob with garlic spread. It tastes sort of like the garlic and herb spread that you find on garlic bread. The corn tastes nice and fresh, not overly charred. Kind of wish it was a little more charred, but it's tasty. Normally, I would say you should definitely swing by because this is one of the healthy options, and it's always hard to find healthy options, but at this festival, there's tons of healthy options, so I think we might find something better as the day goes along. If you're doing the Garden Graze, you got to get the corn on the cob, but otherwise, I'd say wait and get the corn on the cob at Africa in Animal Kingdom because it's way better. Next stop is Bambi's Butterfly House. Let's go check it out. Bambi's butterfly house is peaceful and serene, which are definitely two words you don't normally associate with Disney World. So if you're looking to get away from the hustle and bustle, it's a great place to do it. Our next stop is Honey Bistro, where you can find, well, things made with honey. This delicious looking treat is the Tupelo honey and sweet corn spoon bread, which is with jalapenos, bacon, and house-made whipped honey butter. So this one actually isn't new. This is a returning favorite from last year, and there's a reason it's a returning favorite. It is delicious. There's jalapeno in there, but it is not super spicy. Honestly, the main flavor you're getting is the honey, butter, and bacon, and man, how can you go wrong with honey, butter, and bacon, am I right? So the other thing you can pick up while you're here is that adorable Spike the Bee sipper. It is super cute, and it comes with a honey peach freeze. Next up is Citrus Blossom, so we can try the delicious lemon orange smoothie, but let's be honest, the real reason we're going is to get that adorable orange bird sipper. Hello, orange bird. How cute is that? Definitely recommend getting your smoothie on the side. That way you don't have a sticky souvenir cup to carry around all day. Let's taste this thing before it completely melts. So you remember the push-up pops you got when you were a kid? It's like the orange push-up thing. That's this in smoothie form. I guess there might be some real actual fresh juice in there, but really just tastes like an orange push pop. We've made our way to the English tea garden, where you can find lots of beautiful flowers that are used to produce tea. The other thing you can find here is Spike the Bee, because this is a stop on Spike's pollination exploration. It's the scavenger hunt for this festival. So you get one of these scavenger hunt maps at most of the Disney gift shops. I got this one at Disney Traders. It's $9.99, but you do get an annual pass holder discount of 20% if you're an annual pass holder, so don't forget that. It comes with these stickers on the back, and the idea is you're gonna find Spike the Bee checking out a flower in all these different areas of the park. You're gonna identify what flower it is that Spike is checking out. You're gonna take the sticker, put it on the map. Once your map is completely filled out, you can take it to Disney Traders, World Traveler, or Creations, and you can show your map and you'll get a surprise. We're gonna find out what it is at the end of the night. We have made our way to France, and we're headed over to Fleur de Lis, which is the food booth here. There is new food to check out. I am always excited by new food in France. All right, this is one of the new items, the croissant au fromage de chèvre, which is a croissant with goat cheese, herbs, and roasted garlic. It's very good. It looked a little dry when it came out of the oven that they're sort of storing them in there. I was a little worried it was going to be kind of dried out, but it's full of that chèvre, which keeps it nice and moist inside. It's definitely a strong garlic, goat cheese, and herb flavor. If you're not a fan of garlic or goat cheese, this is definitely not for you, because it is a strong garlic and goat cheese flavor. The croissant, delicious, buttery and flaky. We're actually kind of torn on this one. For me, I think the spoon bread is a little bit better, edges this one out, but my eating partner, Eric, he thinks that this one is the best one we've tried so far today. So definitely worth checking out, and it's a great new addition to the festival for sure. Well, we are back on the Garden Graze. We are at La Isla Fresca, which is sort of kind of Encanto themed. This was the Encanto themed booth at the last festival, and the funny thing was everybody was looking for arepas, because arepas are of course the dish that is featured in the film. There were no arepas at the Encanto themed kitchen, but this go around it is practically all arepas, so we definitely got to try one of those. We're also going to check out the coconut tres leches cake, which is actually a vegan tres leches cake. So I guess it's like tres plant-based leches. I'm not sure, but we're going to try it out and get our next stamp on the Garden Graze. All right, so this is the arepa topped with melted queso fresco. And next up, this delicious looking coconut tres leches, which is on the Garden Graze. This is a vanilla cake soaked in oat milk, almond milk, and coconut milk with toasted coconut. I think you're supposed to eat the arepa before the dessert, but I'm going to do it backwards because I'm really excited about this tres leches. That's actually really delicious. I wasn't sure what to make of the plant-based tres leches, but It's really, really tasty. It's not super sweet. Definitely a strong coconut flavor from the coconut on top and the coconut milk. But yeah, it's nice, moist, rich cake. That's a lovely treat. Next up is the arepa, made so famous by the movie Encanto. I've actually never had an arepa, so I'm super excited to try it. So the arepa, not really my favorite. It's very dry. It's just basically like a masa cake with a little bit of cheese on top. Not a super cheesy flavor. Really just kind of tastes like a super, super thick corn tortilla. The most similar thing I can think to compare it to would be like a pupusa. If you've ever had a pupusa from Honduras, it's kind of like that. Or like a huarache from Mexico, but a lot thicker and without the other stuff that kind of makes a huarache more exciting. I don't love it, but definitely stop by for the Tres Leches and get your stamp on the garden Graze. So we're actually right behind Tangerine Cafe. There's this really cool covered seating area that's actually outside of where Tangier Traders normally is. They're closed right now. They do sell some beverages here and some olives. You are welcome to bring your food from Tangerine Cafe back here, and it's a lovely scenic place to have a bite to eat. All right, this is one of the new items. This is the Mediterranean flatbread with za'atar, artichokes, olives, mozzarella, and feta. I always love the festival food from Morocco. It's so interesting and delicious. This is no exception. If you've never had za'atar before, it's basically like a whole bunch of herbs and spices blended together with olive oil. It's kind of like a Moroccan pesto almost. But it is delicious with that mozzarella and feta cheese. Bread is really freshly baked. This is a delicious treat. I think I might actually like this even better than the croissant in France, which that's saying something. Next up on the garden Graze is Bauern Market here in Germany. We're going to try the potato pancake with house-made applesauce. So for those of us who grew up in the South, that's like a Waffle House hash brown right there. A little more moist and oniony on the inside. Never had it with applesauce on top before. They're good. They're well seasoned. I'm not crazy about the addition of the applesauce though, but the potato pancake by itself is quite nice. I heard a lot of people in line ordering it plain without the applesauce, and I'm gonna second that. I think this would be better without the applesauce. All right, and with that, another stamp on the garden Graze completed. On to the next booth. Well, this is a lovely treat. We are here at Trowel and Trellis for the next stop on the garden Graze, and who do we find but Minnie? So we're gonna actually have our treat with Minnie Mouse. All right, this is the grilled baby vegetables with hummus cream and red pepper coulis, and most importantly, Minnie Mouse is in the background. So this one, pretty straightforward. The grilled vegetables don't really have anything special. They're just kind of grilled vegetables with maybe a little bit of salt and pepper, some olive oil. The hummus is pretty standard. The red pepper coulis gives it a little bit of a kick, but not too much. All in all, not my favorite. It's a good little healthy treat if you're looking for some fresh veggies. Definitely a plus when you get to enjoy it with Minnie Mouse though, that's for sure. Tragedy has befallen us here at the Flower and Garden Festival. Our lovely reusable Mickey fork is no more. It has lost a tine. Very, very sad. I'm gonna go into Disney Traders and see if there's anything they can do about it, but I think we might just be out of luck. All right, we are over here by Test Track at EPCOT Sunshine Griddle, which is sort of like brunch treats. And I am super excited to announce that, dun, da, 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 we have just gotten the last stamp on our garden Graze. It is this very lovely and delicious looking avocado toast. This is avocado toast with marinated toy box tomatoes on toasted ciabatta. I love when you get to eat edible flowers. The toast is really crunchy and buttery. The avocado tastes nice and fresh. The tomatoes taste nice and fresh. And there's also a little bit of radish in the avocado toast, which gives it a nice punch of flavor. I have to say, Compared to the other strolls that we've done recently, the Wonderful Walk of Colorful Cuisine and the Cookie Stroll from Festival of the Holidays, I definitely prefer Garden Graze. I love that these are kind of fresher, healthier items, and they're also pretty tasty on the whole. Not all of them was a home run, but most of them were pretty good. So I definitely think Garden Graze is more worth it than some of the other strolls that we've done here at festivals recently at EPCOT. Well, while we are over here by Creations, before we go get that completer treat, let's go check out some of the festival merchandise. There's our lovely redemption treat. I think this is some sort of Dole Whip, so let's go give it a taste. I think that's pineapple lime, if I am not mistaken. Definitely lime. It's tasty, it's refreshing, and it's always nice to get a free treat. Well, sort of free. You had to pay for all the Garden Graze snacks, but they were all good, so I think they were worth getting. It was kind of our meal today was the Garden Graze, and then this was like free dessert. Well, the sun is setting, but we still have a lot left to do. We're gonna go find Spike around the park to finish up our Spike's Pollination Exploration Scavenger Hunt. We're also gonna go check out the Garden Rocks concert series, and of course we're gonna wrap up with the top 5 things you should do when you come to visit the Flower and Garden Festival. Well, we are back in Creations because we have finished Spike's Pollination Exploration Scavenger Hunt. So we waited in line, and it turns out they don't actually have the prizes yet. They are currently giving away some plates that are left over from Festival of the Holidays, but they do not have the prizes for this. So we're gonna come back and find out what the real prizes are, and I guess we'll let you know in a future video. We are here in the American Adventure Pavilion at the America Gardens Theater for Garden Rocks. This is the concert series that's here during Flower and Garden Festival. Tonight, opening night, it is a local Orlando cover band, but there are some bigger acts that do come through. I know Kool and the Gang is playing later, CeCe Winans is playing, so we will put a link to the full schedule in the description down below. But in the meantime, let's go check out the show. Super fun show, and that wraps up our night here at the EPCOT Flower and Garden Festival. As promised, we're going to give you the top 5 things you should do when you come to visit the Flower and Garden Festival. Number 5 is kind of an asterisk. I would say check and see who's performing at Garden Rocks. If it's someone that you're really excited to see, that should definitely be on your list. If not, I would say your number 5 choice should be Bambi's Butterfly House. It was super cute, very relaxing, kind of a peaceful break from the day, so definitely worth checking out. Number 4 on our list is Spike's Pollination Exploration Scavenger Hunt. This is especially a good one to do if you have little kids. You don't even have to get the scavenger hunt map, really. You can do this on your own without getting the map. The map is fun though, and there's stickers involved, and you get some sort of prize. We don't really know what it's going to be yet, but what I love about this one, you learn a little bit about the flowers and where they grow. So if you've got little ones, that's definitely something you should put on your to-do list. The number 3 thing you should do when you're here at Flower and Garden Festival is the Garden Graze. I loved the food on the Garden Graze pretty much. There was one item that was kind of okay, but the rest was delicious. So I definitely recommend the Garden Graze. It was worth it. You got a fun treat at the end. It's always fun to go around EPCOT and get your passport stamped, and it's super fun when the food is actually really tasty, and this year it is. So Garden Graze, number 3 thing you should do. The number 2 thing you should do, check out the amazing topiaries and gardens. That's what this festival is really all about. You can see Pluto there behind me. The topiaries are super cool, super beautiful, and a really unique part of this festival that you just don't get at EPCOT any other time of the year. And the number 1 thing you should do when you come to the EPCOT Flower and Garden Festival is try some of the other festival booths. The best food we had was actually not on the Garden Graze, which is not to say the Garden Graze stuff wasn't great, it was, but that croissant, the pita over at Tangerine Cafe, the spoon bread, so much delicious food to have here at this festival, and you definitely want to make some time to try it all out. Well, we had a blast going around the festival today. I hope you guys had fun tagging along. If you did, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. This is actually one of the longest running festivals at EPCOT, so we will definitely be coming back to try some more treats. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. Until next time, don't forget to think happy thoughts, everybody. We'll see you again real soon.